So this year, again, you'll roll up your sleeves and you'll be going out to sample for yourself different programs that have identified different health issues and come up with ways to intervene. Now, what I want you to do when you're on these programs, on these experiences, is not wear your white coat and stethoscope, so to speak. Not put on your clinician's hat, to say it another way. Because the clinical aspects of the activities will be attractive to a clinician. That's where your competencies are. That's what will be readily used for your clinical practice. Say the STD clinic, which you'll be asked to go to. You know, learning the algorithm of treatment that they use for STD treatment is a worthy objective, but it's a bit off base. Because while it's immediately useful in your clinical work, and also plays into some of your competencies already as a clinician, and thus will be attractive, it's not really where we're headed here. Again, I want you to think about each one of these activities as a process. And what you're doing is seeing how they have put the nuts and bolts of their activities together. To use STDs again, are they using, is the community involved here at all? Who said it's a priority? Who comes up with the solutions? How are they measuring if they're making any effects or not on the prevalence of STDs? Besides what I'm seeing here in front of me now, are there other aspects to the program that I don't know about? You know, so somebody comes in to get their medicine, but is there education going on? Is there follow-up going on? What about partner notification? How does that work? Okay, so other aspects of the program will be important just as much as what you're seeing right there. The very nature of many of these programs is that they're multidimensional and longitudinal. And you come in for a morning or an afternoon, it's like dropping in for a snapshot. And you really don't get the full understanding of how it plays out day after day in different areas of the town. So ask questions. Be critical, but not criticizing, just critical. Hey, you know, what's going on here? I don't understand it. Have you ever tried to do this before? Has that been met with success or resistance, or why aren't you doing it this way? You know, sort of be a little provocative to your community preceptors, because the idea is for you to learn about community medicine. It's not for you to learn about these community health issues, because those topics will change depending on where you end up as a physician. You might not be dealing with the topics in which you're being exposed to now, but you will be needing to know the process. And so by looking at the different ways in which the process has been figured out, you'll get an idea of what works, what doesn't, what will your own future might be able to take advantage of. You see? That's what we're going for here. I'll also encourage you to do some reading this month. I've got a number of interesting articles that, well, I think they're interesting and they're stimulating, provocative. They're, again, not on the clinical track, so they might not be something that as a busy clinician you're reaching for oftentimes in your journal reading. But this month affords you the opportunity to take advantage of some of this non-clinical literature that is vital as a physician to understand and incorporate. And we'll go through some of those. I think that's it in terms of orienting you to the month. A little housekeeping. You're busy. Oftentimes the residents are taking a vacation time or a CME week during this month. And so what is frequent is that you can't fit all of the required rotational responsibilities into the time allowed. Don't worry about it. Because as a third year, you've got ample opportunity to pick up the experiences which you missed this time. So if you can't get it all scheduled, don't worry. You can do it next time. However, if you do get it all scheduled this time, that frees up more elective time as a third year to pursue an area of personal interest. So we have some slack in the chain, and I hope that between the second and third year you'll be able to accomplish all that is required for you to do. Now, if for whatever reason you run into resistance, or you're confused about how to set this up, or you have any questions, I'm always available, interested to be available, want to be available. Just email me, call me, flag me down the hall. Let me know what's going on so I can troubleshoot it with you and get you back on track, because you don't want to squander this opportunity.